Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be explaining to you the aspect of reverse engineering for forms. Now what is reverse engineering? By definition, reverse engineering is when you take something, you take it apart, you study it, you study what makes it go, what makes it work, and then you can actually use that knowledge to either understand it better or to recompile it to use it in different ways. So I've been using this technique with web forms. Now here I'll explain to you exactly what I mean. I'm going to go online right now and I'm in Google and there's a form in Google. It's a search form, right? And I'm going to type in the word hello and hit enter. So what just happened now is about 5 different things occurred as I was searching the form. Um, by clicking search, I submitted my query and I received responses. But behind the scenes, there is a code that went into play. And the idea of reverse engineering is learning what exactly occurs when you type something into a form and you click that search button. Now, why is this also useful? Well, I had to use the code from I had to create multiple things for work where I was using forms and I had to kind of implement these things into our existing system. However, I didn't have the source code for them, so I kind of had to learn how to do it. Um, a great here, something that I've been working with. Um, let's go with the email validator software, which is just an email address checker. Basically, when you put in an email address, well, I'll use a different one. Um, when you email address validator just tells you whether an email is real or not. So there is a form, of course, a form where you put in an email, and I'm going to put in an email, and I'm going to click on perform test. And what's happening now is that it's currently checking to see whether my email is a real email or not. And you see that it discovered that my email is real and I'm located in New York and here is all my MX records. So how do I actually use this code-wise? How do I reverse engineer this? So let's get to the magic part. So there's a great program out there called Charles Proxy Debugger. Let me launch it. It's actually, you can download it as a trial. It's available. It's called Charles Web Debugging Proxy. And what it does is it sits as a middleman between your browser and your computer and allows you to see all that stuff in the background that's happening when you surf the web. Some people use this to create hacks for games. Some people use this just to see how scripts interact on certain pages. And in my case, I'm going to be using it to see what happens when I hit this perform test on an email form. Let me change the email and put in my Danger Studio email address. And I got my debugger on. I'm seeing here, okay, I'm recording, breakpoints are there. Okay, I'm going to click on perform test. So what just happened is, in the background, multiple things just happened. You see how the proxy debugger automatically picked up multiple things. So now I can pause this. You know why I can pause it? Because I've already created the action that I need to debug. I've already submitted my data in the form. So now I got this tool, and I'm using this website called websitepulse.com. So I'm going to check this little folder right here, and here is the actual request. You see here, this is exactly what occurred. When I hit that button, what happened was is that this request was generated and it was sent to the server. So this is the request that I'm mimicking here in order to contain, in order to receive the results that I'm looking for. I know this may seem confusing, but watch, I can actually mimic this validation without having to submit the form now, because now I can just copy this URL, my request URL. I can open up Notepad, for example. I can paste it in there, and I see here where my email is. So let's say I change it to john@hotmail.com, and I copy this entire link and I just paste it in, hit enter. So what happens now is that without me having to type in john@hotmail.com, I was able to mimic that particular form to give me the results. You see here, so I was able to receive the same exact results as I would if I did the search with the form. So now I know that I need this string, then I need to create this string over here, and then attach onto it. So this will be email@mail.com. and I will join this with the rest of this code, and now I have the same exact function as the form has, and I have it right here, and I was actually able to mimic it. So I technically debugged the form, and I learned what happens when you hit this particular button. I learned the action that occurs in the background of it. This is very useful to know, extremely useful to know, if you use it for the right things. I'm using it for email validator, all right? Let's change that up. Let's go to Yellow Pages, all right? Let's go to Yellow Pages, and let's go here, and of course Yellow Pages has a form. And I'm going to put in a zip code 11229, right? And then there's a form, two fields in this form. There's a search term, and then there is another search term. Let me go and clear out my my debugging proxy. Let me go and create a new session, and I'm going to be recording, and I'm going to look for a dentist in 11229. I'm going to click on search. So I'm going to wait for those results to come in, and they just came in. Now, what happened in the background? So now I can go back to my debugging proxy, and I can close down. I can pause the recording, and I can go up to Yellow Pages, and I can now search to see what exactly happened. And here, I just found it. This is exactly what happened. As I did the search, when I clicked it, it invoked their search PHP program. And you see here, search terms equal dentist and geolocation terms equals 11229. So the 11229 that you see here when it says near what as the zip code is geolocations, well, the search term is dentist. Now let's try to mimic this. Let's go and copy this URL, and let's go into our notepad again. And here is what I have. So now let me modify this. Let me change dentist to, let's change it to plumber. And let's change 11229 to 11001. And let me copy this link, paste it in my browser, and let's see if we can bypass. Let's do it off Google even. Let's see if we can bypass the entire searching the field. So I'm going to click it, and what I should see is results for a plumber near 11001. You see what just happened? It automatically filled in the form, automatically performed the search. I can't tell you how useful this could be, especially when you're designing something. So what do we know? We know that we have a search term here. So I'm going to break this apart. We have a search term here, and then we have our geolocation. So this is the broken down action that this form causes, meaning I never have to go to Yellow Pages again if I create a program that does this for me. And I'm actually able to create something like this myself. So this is really cool because now I could just write a script. I can open up Dreamweaver, or I can create a simple PHP script and mimic the entire thing, mimic the entire result. Now we can go deeper into this. We could see exactly what portion it pulls out. And we can use that and draw that into iframes in our projects. So when you're looking for specific tasks to embed specific form actions, and you're curious what happens in the background, you're actually able to see everything using a debugging proxy. So this program is extremely wonderful. It is very good. Again, it's called Charles Web Debugging Proxy. I'm still using my 30-day trial version, but again, anyone can buy this software. I think it's pretty pricey, but it's a really good program, and you can reuse it easily if you know what you're doing. But right, so that's what my video is about, and that's what I wanted to demonstrate. I wanted to demonstrate how to reverse engineer. The last thing I'm going to reverse engineer in terms is going to be, let's say, something like YouTube, right? So I'm going to go to YouTube. I have a new session here. I'm going to go to search, and I'm going to type in online text, which is my channel's name, right? And I'm going to go back to Charles. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to go back to YouTube, and here I have my search query right there. So I can copy the address and see what it broke down. And take a look. Here it is right here. Here's my search query right here. So I can actually embed this particular string in this line. But I have a feeling that I can even omit this and just leave it like this. Search query equals online text. So I can make search query equals CNN. Take that, and again, I'm pasting it in, and it gives me results for what I need. So this is extremely useful when you're actually embedding things in your own projects. Let's say you are, if you do what I do, and you're working with a lot of systems, and you need to integrate things, and you don't want too many tabs and pages open, you can actually just copy different codes and completely learn how to disassemble and assemble back into your software these things that don't even require you having to have the source code. You can actually use their feature. They're giving it to you. They just don't provide you with the very back end. And this is what this video is about, is to show you how to get that very back end. So again, I use Charles debugging proxy for this. Web debugging proxy, you can download it anywhere. You'll see here also a bunch of stuff pops in. It shows you everything that happens in the background. You can see that Facebook has ads on here, and you see here that there is liveperson.net. They have different tags and different codes for everything that's running on the site. This particular site was for the email validation. Look how much stuff they have on there. They have Google Analytics code. You can get their analytics ID from here. Who knows what this can be useful for with all the other content that you see on there. More importantly, what we want to see the most is the actions of the form. Why? Because we want to be able to mimic those actions. We want to duplicate them and learn them and use them in our projects. And that's pretty much the end of this video. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.